Next, I'd like to spend 1 minute on Professor Chao Tang. He is a chair professor of physics and system biology and also vice director of Peking Tsinghua Joint Center for Life Sciences. He is also the founding director of the Interdisciplinary Center for Quantitative Biology at Peking University, which is located only 30 meters away from Tsinghua, the closest distance. Chao received his undergraduate training at the University of Science and Technology of China, received a PhD in physics from the University of Chicago. Chao was a professor at UCSF before returning to China in 2015. Chao studied in quantitative studies of biological systems. His team applies computational and experimental methods and tools to address key biological questions, including the relationship between function and topology in biological networks, design principles in cell cycle regulation, and a few others. Chao was elected as a member of Chinese Academy of Sciences last year, the equivalent of US National Academy of Sciences.
Hi, everyone. So in the next 15 minutes or so, I will give you an idea about our center, the Center for Life Sciences in China, and some of the things we do. The center was established in 2011 between two top universities in China. By the way, thank Yigong for the introduction in the beginning of this seminar. He only made one small mistake. I came back to China full-time in 2011, not 2015. The same year the center was born. So the center was a major national pilot program meant to serve as a test bed to reform higher education. So we have three aims. First is to explore a new model to support and evaluate scientific research. Second is to conduct cutting-edge research and to promote interdisciplinary collaborations. Third is to train students, the next generation scientists. So the core philosophy of our center is really found people, not projects. And to achieve that, we recruit our PI members around the world with very high standards, standards equivalent to top US universities, for example. After recruiting them, we gave them very stable support so that they can pursue their own interest to do whatever they want. We don't ask them what they do, except we review them periodically in 5 years, similar to our Hughes program in the US. And the review is performed by an international committee. And this is our PI number as the year grows. As you can see, we started from the number 40 and now grow to more than 140. This number will probably still grow a little bit. Since we're recruiting worldwide, so at this point, most of the PIs have their PhD degree obtained from abroad, 96 out of the 140. And among them, 38 already hold overseas positions, faculty positions, when they were recruited. And 21 of them were even holding senior positions, including 13 tenured professors. So you can see our center has been very attractive to the top talents. But of course, we are emphasizing nurturing young PIs, so that's our goal. We are having a growing number of international members, namely the PI of non-Chinese origin. We hope this number will grow bigger and bigger. And this is our age distribution. It's fairly healthy, as you can see. 35% is between 30 to 40, 43%, 41 to 55, and 32% above 55. Unfortunately, I'm on this age group, but I don't think I'm looking this old. Okay, so to foster the collaboration between medical sciences, clinicians with basic scientists, we also started a clinical PI program soon after the center was established. So now we have 14 clinical PIs And they are all physicians, clinicians in the hospitals associated with Beijing University, Peking University, and Tsinghua University. And the PIs are really multidisciplinary. And this is a distribution among different departments and colleges. As you can see, less than 50% are in life sciences, and all the others are in all kinds of different disciplines and departments. And one of our big efforts is to foster a healthy scientific culture. So we try to foster a collegial, interactive, and collaborative culture. Unlike HHMI, our PIs were sitting pretty closely. Half each 50, maybe 60 to 70 on each universities. And the two universities only separated by 15 minutes. So we try to have them interact. So for example, we have bi-weekly lunch seminars where a PI will present his or her idea or about the future plan. Typically we get a lot of feedback. And we also have quarterly center-wide academic exchange. So typically 1 or 2 PIs from each university will present. And this is usually centered around some themes. For example, sequencing, immunology, microfluidics application to biology, for example. And of course, we have all kinds of seminars, many seminars, in a way, too many for students to attend, all of them. Many of them are seminars directly organized by the center and our PIs, and some of the seminars are sponsored by our center. And also we have organized and sponsored all kinds of conferences. So it's a very dynamic flow of in and out. And also somewhat different from HHMI, we do have our own graduate program because one of our missions is to train next generation of scientists. So we admit about 160 students every year for the 2 universities. We have very flexible recruitment, and this is especially designed for Chinese system. So in Chinese system, you can recruit once a year and recruit only, for PhD students, only the fresh college graduates. We relaxed all these constraints. So we can recruit twice a year and we don't have any age restrictions. And the students can work for a few years and come back and apply to our PhD program. And we also implemented lab rotations. So the students, they do 3 rotations in 3 labs before they pick up a lab to join. And all the courses are newly designed, and this has been dynamically changing. And we have fairly strict quality control along the way. We have qualified exams, midterm evaluation, and of course, thesis defense. And one challenge to do research in China is that we usually don't get good postdocs. And we know they all went out there to do good postdocs, to do their postdocs. So we try to improve that. We set up a special CLS postdoctoral fellowship, recruiting around the world. And the postdoc fellowship is open to all postdocs in both universities, as long as the postdoc works in life sciences or related interdisciplinary fields. Doesn't have to work with a CLS PI. And we provide very competitive stipend and support to attract them. In the period from 2011 to this year, almost 900 applications were received and more than 500 fellowships has been awarded. And really the CS now is the leading life science center in China. These are just some numbers. The number, this is accurate. So from 2011, when the center is established, to last year, September last year, we published over 3,000 peer-reviewed publications, more than 150 books, etc. And also, this is the some numbers in some of the top journals. This may not be accurate, but at some point, we estimated our publication representing 30% of all Chinese publications in top journals, including all areas included, not only life science. So in CNA, in Nature Science and Cell, we published 30% from China, and 45% in life sciences. As I should emphasize, this number may change now because all other places, they are really making great progress. And also the PIs in our center, they hold over 270 editor or editorial board member positions in internationally renowned journals. So we are really making our impact. Okay, in the remaining minutes, I would like to tell you about outreach. So I think this is something we are very proud to do. So every year we have our summer training program. Up to now, we hold 47 summer training programs. We trained over 3,000 students and high school teachers all over China. And all training programs are free. We give them free food, free accommodation, and even travel reimbursements. And this year, due to the pandemic, the training moved online, but it turned out to be a very big success, as I will tell you later. At the summer schools, there are very diversified themes. For example, stem cell, quantitative biology, system biology, neuron biology, chemical biology, structural biology, etc. And also, we have training program for high school teachers. And this is the program for quantitative and system biology at summer school. So their philosophy is BELT, B-E-L-T. B, brainstorm. So the students will divide up into groups and brainstorm to discuss new ideas, to try to form a project. And then they will present their projects in front of everybody, including lecturers, PIs. And then they will compete, and everybody will join the discussion, and the PIs will comment. And E for I, see the real labs. They will visit the real labs to see how the real actual experiments are being carried out, and what's the real life in the real labs. And of course, lectures and in this case, on quantitative and system biology by our PIs. And T, talk, dialogue with scientists. And this is typically in a relaxed setting and talk about anything from science, career to life. And this year, the training moved online, but the online training turned out to be a success, a big success. For example, we have broad admission. We can admit more people to include more underrepresented groups. And the students, they took initiative to develop classes and activities. And we mobilized all kinds of online tools to encourage more active discussions. And also, we have instant chatting group, actually very similar to this seminar. So you can ask questions instantly. We have instant chatting groups during and after the summer school. So this is sort of the backbone of the quantitative system biology summer school. I will not go into details. For example, they have one-day boot camp to bring students up to the on the same page, and then formal lectures and laboratories, but virtual tour, not because of the pandemic, and dinner talk on life and science. And dinner is everybody having their own dinner in their own room, but they're all connected. We're all connected online. I actually participated in this one. The students are very, they were very lively, ask all kinds of questions. It's much better than on-site discussion. So I think they are more brave to ask questions when you don't see their face. And then brainstorm. They also, with all kinds of online tools, they divide into groups and discuss and present. And the second example is neuron biology and cognitive science. Again, they mobilized the social media to do all kinds of things from the advertisement to during the school, and then also propaganda after the event. And as you can see, they made this video. The students from essentially all major cities, they joined this group. And this is the list of speakers and the topics. It covers a very broad range. And in this summer school, they have they organize in somewhat differently. So their philosophy is that it's divided in two parts. One, they call it Explore Our Brain, and this consisted of lectures, student presentations, and lab visits. And then the other they call Enjoy Our Brain. So you can see it's basically get together and enjoy. So it's parties, sports, banquets, and talent show even. And this is their online ceremony this year. I don't think I have the time to show the full video. But this is Li Xunluo from Stanford, some of you know. Of course, he couldn't join it, but he, thanks of online training, he joined us from Stanford. Okay, so let me stop. You can see here. So you can see the viewers, the instant viewers on that day. That's amazing. For a neuroscience summer school, we have 200,000 people watching. Okay, so lastly, I want to highlight our training program for high school teachers. So we've been doing this for many years. It's a tremendous success. We are very proud of it. And this is open to high school teachers all over China. And we also pay special attention to underdeveloped areas. And the seminar, the lecture are really multidisciplinary. So for example, this is this year's speakers. Tian Gang, mathematician, Zhu Qingsheng, art historian, Liu Zhongfan, physical chemist working on nanotechnology, Ou Yangqi, physicist working on biology, Jin Man, an opera singer and educator, Deng Xinwang, plant biologist, Xu Jindong, a sociologist, Yi Rao, you all know him, neuron biologist, and so on. Okay, we have philosopher here, psychologist and clinician. And Siqiang Wang, he's a biologist, but talking about education. So it really covers a very broad range. In normal years, we also took the high school teachers to do lab tours, and it's very exciting for them to really see the labs and how scientists are really doing the research. And it's also the atmosphere is very lively, very interactive. So they not only they learn from these lectures and lab tours, they also build up their own connections with lecturers and among themselves, and to share their experiences. And we also arranged very rich social program for them. Some of them maybe their first time to Beijing, and most of them first time to Peking University and Tsinghua University, I'm sure. So they are very eager to see around. And again, this year is online, but turned out to be the impact is much larger. So in previous years, we could only take about 100 high school teachers because of the space limitation. This year, all qualified applications were accepted to the program. So furthermore, the online seminars were live broadcasting from several major national news media and free to all who are interested. Today, it has attracted more than 9 million viewers. So that's really, truly amazing. And we get very enthusiastic feedbacks from high school teachers. I don't have time to go them one by one, but it's very, almost every one of them, they wrote long notes about their thoughts of the our training program. Okay, I think this is my final slide. They made a TikTok for this program. I hope you can still see the TikTok in US in the future. So you can see the excitement of the lecturers, and of course, the excitement of the viewers, which you cannot see. Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Chao. I think hopefully I'm speaking for everybody, but I think that was a really great talk, and we really enjoyed hearing about the CLS. So let's jump right into a few questions because we're a little bit low on time. One question is, can you tell us what the budget of CLS is and actually who supports all of this, you know, really great work, I guess, you know, from an administrative standpoint?
It's a, right now it's about, let's see, 350 million Chinese yuan every year. And it's from the Ministry of Finance, the funding. So it's a fund. It's part of funding. They fund science and education.
So, do any of the PIs in the program have to apply for external grants, or it's all funding from the ministry?
Actually, we encourage them to apply for external grants. So what we provide them is probably it's not enough, but we want to guarantee a stable funding so that they can have, you know, they don't have to worry about their funding all the time and to chase after the grants. Yeah, so most of them do, almost all of them do apply for external grants.
Also, another question is, do you or does anybody at the center follow the trajectories of your former students and postdocs to find out, you know, what careers and what types of positions they're doing now?
That's a very good question. We yes, we started to do that. As you can see, the center is 9 years old. So most of students, if they are in the academic path, most of them are still doing the postdoc or just finishing their postdoc. Yeah, so that's something we are doing now. I would say most of them after graduation they do postdocs. Right.
So you mentioned that you know, nurturing your trainees, you know, and educating them is a very important mission. And I'm curious as to whether there are any faculty training programs to teach the faculty how to be good mentors, or any other types of training opportunities for the PIs.
Yes. Frankly, we are doing very little for that, for faculty training. And the faculty training, the young PIs, the training is usually done by the universities and the colleges. I don't know about Tsinghua University, for example. In Peking University, the young faculty usually they get, besides the formal training in the classes, they are assigned mentors to so that they can consult with anything they have, any questions they have. But for our center, we do have retreats, like activities, and people do get together to talk about it, you know, the problems, the headaches.
And we'll do one last question here, just a sort of a general question. Do you know sort of the average length, or is there a specified length for postdoctoral fellowships within the CLS?
Okay, it can be as long as 5 years. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's renewable up to, I guess, to 5 years. And we also have this very high-end fellow, postdoc fellowship, and then offer is made in 5 years. But the usual postdoc fellowship, I guess, is like a year by year or 2 years and renewable every year.
Great, thank you. I think that's about all the time we have today, but if there are students or trainees or others out there looking for more information, they can go to the CLS website and find some more information about, applying to various programs?
That's right. Please join us.
Awesome. Well, in that case, I want to close out today by thanking Chao, both you and Hai, for these very inspiring talks. I think that we learned a lot. Also, I want to let everybody know that both Chao and Hai have promised me that they will head over to the Slack channel for a little bit after the talk to answer any questions that you may not have had answered today. So there's a link in the chat box. You can head over there. I want to thank the audience for joining us today. And I do want to conclude by reminding everyone that we have finally completed our first trip across the globe with the Sister Institute series. And on next Wednesday, we return to Janelia Research Campus in Ashburn, Virginia, USA. And we will hear from Eric Schreiter and Luke Lavis. So join us next Wednesday. Thanks, everyone.